So in this video, let's talk vendors. How to create vendors, what important details do you need to fill out, and what does each specific field means. Okay, so and creating vendors in Brahmin, this vendor information that you store here, think of this as like your vendor business card that you can use anytime to essentially create a purchase order. Okay, often this data will stay in QuickBooks. But from now on, you can actually just create it within Brahmin and then it will send over to QuickBooks or Xero or any other accounting platform. Okay. So when you're first starting out with us, you can import this data in and then going forward, any new vendors that are related to your operations buying products, you create them here and it'll automatically sync over to your accounting platform. Okay, so let's get started here. To create a vendor, you can either go over to the purchase screen, click new vendor, or just click the new vendor itself. All right, in the view vendor list. So I'm just going to click new here, and you'll see here you'll have the ability to enter a vendor name. It's either a individual person or it could be the company name as well. All right. Then you'll have the ability to add in a URL. Go ahead, fill that in. Not necessary. Tag vendors. For example, if this vendor is a, let's say they sell packaging, you can tag this vendor as a packaging vendor. Then you can go ahead, add addresses. So this would be right now your billing and shipping information, or essentially where exactly this product is coming from. This is primarily where the ship from is. So you can add that here. And then we do have an address lookup, specifically in the US and Canada. So you can type it in and it will autofill the data in. And then add in the contact information. Okay. So you can add in the contact information such as, if there's whoever the main point of contact or other points of contact are from your vendor. Then moving on, you can add in other specific details, such as a minimum order amount. That is the minimum dollar amount you need to hit before you can place a order with your vendor. Default carrier, payment terms like net 30, net 60, shipping terms, price list automatically defaults to a specific price list, tax rate, minimum order quantity like the minimum order amount. That's going to be the order quantity, which is like the unit limit before you can place an order. So if you need to order a minimum 100 units, you would put your minimum order amount as 100. And then if you're below it, the system is just going to alert you that you haven't hit your minimum that your vendor requires. Okay. Then we have lead time in days. So if it takes you 10 business days to get there, you can put that in, or 14 days, whatever the case may be, you can put that in there. And then comments, just like a little note for the vendor that you can add on. Again, this is your internal note. And then an alert note. For example, if a vendor is, let's say their delivery or performance time is really, really bad, but you need to use them as a vendor. If maybe your primary vendor can't deliver items on time, what you can do is you can put an alert note here. So anytime you're creating a purchase order, there's an alert that shows up with this information that you pre-filled. Okay. You can also map specific templates. There's a specific video for this. You can associate specific templates per vendor, so that when we're printing a PO and we're emailing a PO, this is the template that it uses. All right. There's more data you can fill in once you actually fill in the initial information. So the additional data is like memos. You can create memos. Memos essentially are internal conversations or like notes that you can add on to a specific vendor. Maybe you had a conversation, or they're going to send you maybe an updated, price list of their items. You can add that here. You can also possibly even do attachments where maybe there's a specific contract that you have, or maybe they send over a new price list and then you can actually attach it here for references. All right. Products, that's where you get to see the products linked. So these are the products that you can buy from this specific vendor. Okay. So you can add it here. or you can add it actually on the item. The item itself is probably a lot more easier because when you're creating the item, you can set it up itself. But you can also add it here. Things that we could track here are lead time specifically. You can do specific lead time at the item level as well. And then you can also add on a vendor SKU. So that's their product ID, or maybe it's their barcode, whatever it is. And then you can also specify if this is a drop shippable item from this vendor, or this product's primary vendor is this vendor. Okay, so you can add that on, and then going over to orders, you can see a list of all your open orders against this specific vendor. Okay, so this covers all of the vendor creation. So once you have the vendor created, then you can go ahead and create purchase orders. So purchase orders are always against a specific vendor. So the first step in using purchase orders is creating a vendor. All right. Hopefully this video has been helpful. Watch the other videos to get a complete sense of how the purchase module works. All right. Thank you.